You do not need to feel amazing to start vibrating higher. You just need to become aware of where you are and be willing to shift. This is not about faking positivity. It is about emotional truth with energetic intention. And Dr. David Hawkins' work reminds us that every emotion carries a vibration. He mapped it from shame and guilt at the very bottom to love, joy, peace, and enlightenment at the top. Now, here's what's fascinating from well-being perspective. Each state on the map has a felt experience in your body, your nervous system, and your mental clarity. For example, shame feels like collapse, like there's no way out. Fear lives in your chest, it tightens your breath, it limits what you believe is possible. But courage is the tipping point. It's where healing begins. And love opens your system. It calms the heart, it restores the mind, it repairs what fear once fractured. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to Moments of Awe. And if this episode speaks to you, please take a moment to like, comment, or share. It would help us reach one more heart, one more soul. That's our mission, to elevate the world one person at a time. So today I want to speak to the part of you that feels everything, the part that knows when something is off before the mind can explain it, the part that walks into a room and senses the energy instantly, the part that has been whispering quietly but persistently. It's not about doing more. It's about being differently. I want to talk about vibrational frequency. Now, I know that phrase might sound a little bit cosmic, but stay with me. Because over the last month, I have been practicing something daily, intentionally, deeply, that has shifted my inner world in the most profound way. And once you experience it, there is no going back. So let me show you what I mean. Shiny golden nugget number 1, your frequency is a mirror. Here's what I've come to deeply understand, and not just in theory, but through lived experience. Your frequency is not a mood. It is not a fleeting feeling. It is your energetic baseline, and it mirrors back the reality you are living. And let me tell you a story. When we were right in the middle of a massive project with my team, one that had a lot riding on it, the vision was bold, the impact was clear, and yet something just felt off. The energy wasn't landing. Things were stalling. Even though we were all doing the right things, it wasn't flowing the way we knew it could. So I called a pause. Not to change the strategy, but to check the frequency. We did a simple but powerful exercise, something we now call the honest vibe check. So each person was asked to take a deep breath, close their eyes, and feel into this question. On a scale from 1 to 10, what's the vibration I've been holding around this project? 1 meant fear, doubt, resistance. 10 meant excitement, love, certainty. So everyone wrote down their number silently, honestly, no explanations, no judgment. Then I asked, what's the dominant thought or emotion behind that number? And that's when it got real. The numbers were low. Not because the people were not aligned, but because the energy we were holding was wrapped in uncertainty. And from that moment, that's when the mirror became visible. We were looking out there for flow, but the signal we were sending out was full of static. So we flipped it. We did a vibe shift rapid fire, and it was magic. Each person shared quickly and aloud. 1. If I were at a 10, what would I be thinking? 2. If I were at a 10, how would I show up this week? And 3, if I were at a 10, what would I believe is possible? And what came out was pure alignment. Laughter, clarity, inspiration, all of those. But you could feel the shift in the room. And then to seal it, we ended with a collective breath and said together, we are magnetic, we are aligned, we are calling in the right people with ease. And then, of course, we played some high vibe tracks. And I think it was Do I Do by Stevie Wonder, and danced it out for just 30 seconds. It might sound silly, but it anchored the shift. And do you know what? The energy of that project flipped too. Momentum returned, people re-engaged, and opportunities opened. Not because we forced it, because we aligned with it. So that, my love, is the power of frequency. It is always reflecting who we are being, not what we are doing. Shiny gold nugget number 2. Raising your frequency is an act of self-healing. Here's something I want you to hold close. You do not need to feel amazing to start vibrating higher. You just need to become aware of where you are and be willing to shift. This is not about faking positivity. It is about emotional truth with energetic intention. And Dr. David Hawkins' work reminds us that every emotion carries a vibration. He mapped it from shame and guilt at the very bottom to love, joy, peace, and enlightenment at the top. Now, here's what's fascinating from well-being perspective. Each state on the map has a felt experience in your body, your nervous system, and your mental clarity. For example, shame feels like collapse, like there's no way out. Fear lives in your chest, it tightens your breath, it limits what you believe is possible. But courage is the tipping point. It's where healing begins. And love opens your system. It calms the heart. It restores the mind. It repairs what fear once fractured. So let me tell you what happened with a client recently. She came into our session and said, I don't know why I feel so drained. I've been doing everything right. From the outside, it looked like success. But when I asked her where she was vibrating from, she paused and quietly said, I think I've been living in low-key fear of getting it wrong, of disappointing others, of burning out again. We didn't try to fix anything. We just gently walked up the emotional scale. We named the fear, we softened it with acceptance, and we found a thread of gratitude. And then we sat in the energy of courage. That alone changed everything. She didn't need to jump to bliss. She just needed to take the next step up. And that's the medicine. You do not need to overhaul your life. You just need to ask, where am I vibrating right now? And what would love do in this moment? The map of consciousness is not just a scale. It is a roadmap of emotional well-being. And the most powerful thing, the higher you go, the less effort it takes to feel peace, because you're no longer fighting your energy. You're flowing with it. So please remember this. You are not lazy. You're likely stuck in a dense frequency. You are not broken. You're just holding on to emotional states that no longer serve your highest expansion. And you are never too far gone because every single frequency can be shifted. One breath, one choice, and one step up. That's the climb, that's the healing, and that's the frequency of well being. Shiny golden nugget number 3, how to make it a daily practice. So, how do we turn this from a nice idea into a way of life? Let me share 3 simple practices that I've been using daily in my own life with my team and with clients around the world. So, number 1, vibrational check in. Take 30 seconds to pause and ask yourself, where am I on the emotional scale right now? Not to judge, but to become aware of it. Because awareness is the first shift. Then ask, what would help me shift just one level higher? It could be a breath, a walk, a single reframe. Small hinges swing big doors. Number 2, use language to lift your vibe. Your words are not just sounds, they're frequencies. The way you speak about your work, your relationships, even your body, that's you casting spells. So say, I'm expanding instead of I'm overwhelmed. Say, I'm being shaped instead of this is breaking me. Language is vibration made visible, so use it to rise. Number 3, collective calibration. You do not have to do this alone. Start your team meetings with a moment of tuning in. Ask, how are we showing up energetically today? What do we want to bring into this space? Even just 2 minutes of presence can elevate an entire room. Energy leads before words do, and the tone you set becomes the tone they live in. So you, beautiful soul, are a tuning fork for everyone around you. So as we close today's session, I just wanted to remind you that this is a movement, not a moment. So here is the deeper truth. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not meant to grind your way to joy. You are meant to vibrate your way into alignment. This is not about chasing high vibes. It is about leading from emotional resonance. It is about remembering you do not call in your next level by force. You match it with your frequency. So let us do the invisible work that changes everything. Let us lead with frequency. Let us raise the emotional tone of our families, our teams, our communities. One breath, one word, one shift at a time. We are not just building a business. We are building a new energetic standard. And I would love for you to be part of that. So I want to say thank you for listening. Thank you for feeling. Thank you for being the kind of soul who is willing to go deep so the world can rise high. Until next time, stay resonant, stay in awe, and with much love always. Namaste.